with Gym Talk. Today I'm gonna cover 5 tips on how to gain and put on muscle really fast. Tip number 1 is what we call TUT, Time Under Tension. Tip number 2 is what we call variety in your programming. Always add variety. Tip number 3 is what we call constant tension with supplemental lifts. Tip number 4 is perfect form. Tip number 5 is always focus and make recovery your priority. So TUT, I'm gonna try to hit on 4 points from TUT. You have what we call time under tension, okay? You have what we call tempo. And you can base your tempo off each phase of the actual lift. So you have what we call eccentric movement, concentric movement, and isometric movement, okay? And I demonstrate right here on the bench press with each one. Okay, the longer that your muscle stays under tension, the more that it causes damage and the faster they will grow. All right? First phase, in this particular lift right here, is the eccentric phase, which will be me pressing up. But I'm gonna start with the eccentric phase, coming down. All right, the slower I come down, the more tension I have on the weight. So I'm here, if I pause at the bottom, that's an isometric one, and if I press up, that's a concentric. Okay, so the tempo, I do a 2-1-2. So I come down for 2 seconds on the eccentric, 1, 2, hold at the bottom for 1, press up for 2. All right? That's how you look at tempo and how you build a little bit of muscle with time under tension. All right, tip number 2, when we talk about adding variety to your programming, and what I mean by that is, let's take this particular angles. Angles are actually one way to actually add variety to your actual programming. All right, let's take this particular lift right here, which is the lateral raise. I'm doing the same exercise, but I changed the angle here. Angles are 1. Okay. 2 is your rep schemes. Okay. You can try different rep schemes, different loads. Loading means whether it be you load up with a barbell or dumbbell. Of course, with the barbell you can actually have heavier loads, and with the dumbbells you can do lighter loads. Rep schemes, you can do like 5 sets of 5, 3 sets of 10, 5 sets of 10. Always add variety and use different equipment with those particular rep schemes. Gym tip or muscle building tip number 3. All right. So what we look at what we call constant tension with supplemental lifts. Okay, a bicep curl in this instance is a supplemental lift. You always want to do your supplemental lifts what we call sub-maximum loads. All right. In this case, the bicep curl will actually help with your pulling. Okay, and then well, I'm gonna do 2 different exercises that actually keep tension on my muscle. You see, my left hand is I have an isometric, and my right hand is actually going through all 3 phases. Okay, but I'm keeping tension on my left hand. When I get down with my right hand, I'll move to my left hand and do the same thing. Now I got tension. It's tension on both sides constantly. That's what I mean by constant tension under supplemental lifts, okay? Whether it be a lateral raise, a tricep push down, always try to keep tension. Number 4 is what we call perfect form, okay? And you get perfect form from what we call range of motion. So you always want to go through all your range of motion. And then preferably what you want to do before every single workout is take yourself through a warm-up, okay? Preferably starting off with foam rolling, okay? Foam rolling or SMR, and then you can do your static and dynamic stretches. But make sure that your warm-up is conducive to your workout, because if you're doing lower body workouts, make sure that you're doing a lower body warm-up to warm up your hips, your glutes, and hamstrings, and vice versa for the upper body, okay? Whether it be band dislocates, a constant chest stretch, anything of that sort, to make sure that you can actually travel through your range of motion to help build muscle and focus on your form. Tip number 5 is recovery. Okay, what I mean by recovery, I'm breaking it all the way down, because like I said, when you're working out, you're always causing what we call damage or micro trauma to the muscle, okay? But those muscles have to rebuild themselves back up so they can work properly and actually be able to lift more weight. And 2 things you can actually really focus on is what I like to do is ice baths and contrast showers. Okay, contrast showers is pretty much contrasting between hot and cold when you're in the shower. Okay, because your body's receptive to cold water and hot water. But cold water kind of like sends the body into a state of shock. So it actually is going to actually force it to actually do or go into recovery mode versus hot water. But you can circulate between the two. And if you're going to be doing something for the rest of the day, finish with cold. And if you're going to be chilling and just relaxing, finish with hot. All right.